Place Bob says, hi, I've recently joined at a new company, and it's a 3D service related company. I'm gaining some experience from this company, and after that, I want to jump gaming company, and mostly for the role of character artist. Can you tell me what path should I follow? Yeah, I mean, the best thing I can tell you, man, is if you want to be a character artist, you need to do character stuff. That's like the easiest way to explain that. I can see you're doing this like alien right here. You take all the resources and the skills gained yet. I sculpt the details 2 times because the details... Yeah, the details are looking fine. The armor's looking fine. Your topology is fine. It seems like you're not done yet. You're still working on some texturing. I would like to see the final product before giving my feedback on this one. It's looking fine. I don't know if the concept of the original design is as appealing, to be honest. At least not as appealing to me. It's weird to have this heel right there in the trilateral leg. The feet look a little bit too big. Some areas do look a little bit lumpy. It's not a bad start for a character. This one, Vibra, Surveillance Drone, Metal Edgeware everywhere. Again, careful with that, my friend. Metal Edgeware is we need to be a little bit cleaner with that. It's interesting. I feel like some of the forms could be disconnected a bit more. Because right now, it looks like you did the whole like torso as a single piece. I mean, I know you did it as multiple pieces here with the panel loops and everything. But it looks like everything is a single piece over here. So I'm not sure how this would bend, if it would bend at all. So that's a tricky situation. Again, normally, unless you're doing this for like a cinematic, you're not going to get access to this many poly count or this many UDEMs, sorry. Not bad. Careful here. This is the kind of stuff that you guys need to be very careful about. And this is why we do UDEMs. Like, there's no excuse for this if you're using UDEMs. Why do we have that much resolution on the eye and then lower resolution on the rest of the body? Technically, if you're using UDEMs, you have enough space to make sure that everything has the exact same resolution. So be mindful about that. It's a fun one. Like, it looks really nice on Unreal. I would probably... Let me go to another shot right here. Yeah, I would probably exaggerate the color variation a bit more because we lose a little bit of it with some of the other light situations or light scenarios. And I would add just a little bit more contrast on the... So like this dark yellow, I would just push it towards the blacks maybe. Like a bumblebee or like a wasp. Because right now, everything sort of like muddles down into the same color. Got some other stuff right here, but I can already see on the previews that they're not that well constructed. I know I mentioned I don't like doing busts. I don't think I have too many busts on my characters or on my portfolio. Busts are good for exercises, but they're not really good for a portfolio piece, I would say. This one's fun. This one in hand-painted style would be very, very fun. The sculpt is nice. And the optimization is fine, but again, the colors are a little bit muddy here. Try to avoid this grungy look on the background. Like if you're like showing me this this sword, show me the sword. I just want to see the sword. I don't want to see like this grungy effect going on. I understand why you do it to give it a little bit more of an interesting vibe, but sometimes a cleaner render like this is more than enough. So what do I mean by muddy colors? Again, it goes back to what we've been talking about, which is values, right? So if we take this thing right here and we desaturate it, all of the values are very close to each other, right? Like all of the colors are in a very similar, like a close value approach. So this one right here, 30% gray, 25% gray, 28% gray, 35% gray. Even the dark colors is just like, what, 18% gray. So everything is very similar. What you need to do is you need to grab a value, push it really high, maybe switch the value there a little bit, maybe the saturation, and start adding a little bit more of a highlight. Well, maybe that's a little bit too saturated. Let's go towards the blue colors instead. Okay, so if we make this a little bit brighter, especially the point right there, we should be able to push this to a nicer approach. Okay, so playing with the values is going to be really, really important, especially for instance here on the wood. If we grab that brown color, we'll just make it a little bit more intense. We can add more information, more saturation, and just make the whole thing pop a little bit more. So yeah, my friend, you need, if you want to do characters, learn a little bit more about the anatomy process. Finish this character right here, submit it for the next portfolio review in a couple of months, and I'll be able to help you a little bit more, okay?